Alright, so this you may want to take close attention to this problem. Okay, so the weight of your carry-on bag. Let me stop here for a second. Alright, so the first thing I need to do when I'm doing a word problem is I need to read the problem, and the second thing I need to do is I need to figure out what I need to do in order to successfully complete that word problem. Usually, word problems a lot of times have more than one answer, or not one have more than one answer, so there may be more parts to it. All right, so I'm not gonna write everything down like I did on my first example, but know that the first thing I'm gonna do is read the problem, and the second thing I'm gonna do is determine what I need to do to be able to answer the problem. All right, so let's begin. The weight of your carry-on bag is 22 pounds. The airline shows at most 35 pounds for carry-on luggage. Write and solve an inequality to represent how much more weight you can add to the bag and still meet the requirement. Okay, so I've read the problem. Now I need to determine what I need to do to be able to answer the problem, and that's usually given in the problem itself. So write and solve an inequality to represent how much more weight you can add to the bag. So I need to write inequality, and I need to solve that inequality. Those are my two answers. All right, and then so what I know, I didn't write it down in the slides, but I know that the weight of my current bag is 22 pounds, and I can have the most 35 pounds to be able to carry that bag with me onto the plane. So what I need to figure out is how much more weight I can add. And so let's go ahead and put it in words. So the amount of weight that I can add plus the weight of my bag currently can be at most the total number of pounds, so 35 pounds. So the inequalities represented can be at most. All right, so a lot of times we see the word most and we confuse that with greater than. But that's not what it's saying. It can be at most. So the most it can be is the limit, right? So it's going to be less than. So that's going to be less than or equal to. I'm going to go ahead and build my inequality. So W, I'm using it as my variable for weight that I can add, plus 22 pounds, what I have already, is less than or equal to 35 pounds, okay? So I did the first part of my problem. I wrote my inequality. So I'm going to box this off so I know to come back when I'm completing my answer. I know to come back to that. So now the next thing I need to do is I need to solve the word problem. And I use W as my variable, okay? So to solve it, all right, I'm going to rewrite the problem. All right, so W plus 22 less than or equal to 35, okay? I'm going to take away, so now I need to solve it by doing the inverse operation. So take away 22 minus 22, and I'm left. W comes down, less than or equal to 13. All right, so that is my inequality. Okay, so I have both. I'm going to box that off, and then I'm going to create my answer. All right, so I'm not going to, when you're writing down your word problems in class, you want to make it clear what your answer is. All right, so my equation is W plus 22 is less than or equal to 35. And the second part of my question, and that's actually a mistake. That should be 13. So I'm going to write it over here. W is less than or equal to 13. All right, and so that is my two parts of my answer. Okay, so what does that mean? It's not probably the answer, but what does it mean? It just means that I can add 13 more pounds to my bag and still meet the requirement to be able to carry the bag on with me onto the plane. All right, so hopefully it's getting easier. Let's go ahead and try one more on our own, and there will be a video accompanying it with it. And good luck. See you in the next video.